These are 100 plus warning signs and behaviors that may start to happen within the first 6 months of a relationship with a cluster B personality disordered or otherwise toxic and manipulative individual. You will not see all of these signs, but the number will stack post haste. The behaviors you see depend on your pathological partner's MO, what they like, how independent they are, how many people they are involved with in a similar manner, if they tend more toward overt or covert manipulation strategies, your role in their life, your individual needs and preferences, your assets, and or what they need from you. Again, you won't see all of these, but it's probably safe to say the higher the number you see, the more at risk you are for coming toxicity. But it is not too late to back into the bushes and run without looking back. Your life is too precious, too wonderful, too full of possibility to risk losing your time, energy, and well-being to a pathological partner. Please save yourself and preserve your goodness for places in which it is truly efficacious. Please also be warned that this list may trigger you. We're going to get through it as fast as we can so you can stop studying narcissists and get back to living. 1. Love bombing or idealizing you, which may include excessive flattery, compliments that don't make sense or align with who you are, expressions of love prior to true intimacy, rushing the relationship, great dates and trips. 2. Sex bombing. This is a term I heard from Canadian therapist Lise LeBlanc here on YouTube. It's a rush to achieve physical intimacy followed by frequent and extravagant physical intimacy, maybe accompanied by the person being moody or punishing when you say no or postpone physical intimacy. 3. Strong impositions on and requests for your time, whether by phone or in person. 4. The person overtly or covertly tests the limits of your boundaries. 5. The person is angry or punitive when you say no. 6. Growing instances of overt or covert jokes and sarcastic remarks at your expense. 7. Non-consensually aggressive and rough with your body during intimacy or otherwise. 8. Triangulation by throwing other romantic or bettable interests in your face. 9. Triangulation by sending messages to you through others. 10. Outright lies or lies of omission. 11. Person consistently exaggerates stories, events, and accomplishments. Alternatively, they may show a humility that you later realize is false. 12. The person has a public facade of being agreeable, friendly, and helpful, but is actually disagreeable, mean, unreasonable, and uncompromising in private. 13. The silent treatment is used to control and punish. This is not the same as emotional and physical withdrawal for safety. 14. There are increasing levels of criticism. This criticism can also be cloaked in kindness or disguised as an attempt to help or caretake. 15. Telling you to shut up, calling you names, repeated instances of cursing or yelling at you. 16. Person is incapable of taking responsibility for their own actions, and if they do take responsibility for something they did, you may receive a covert punishment. 17. Consistent blame shifting regardless of what you do, sometimes even about misfortunes in their life that have nothing to do with you. 18. During conversation, the person denies, deflects, and defends, resulting in circular conversations and an endless lack of resolution. 19. The person is vague about what they think, how they feel, and how they will behave in the relationship. 20. The person has unreasonable expectations of you. 21. The person has double standards, meaning things will be expected of you, but they don't have to comply with the same rules. There will be no expectations put on them, much less unreasonable. If they accept an expectation, look for a pattern of covert punishment afterwards. 22. Emotional or physical withdrawal if you don't do what they want. 23. The person either cannot or will not directly communicate their needs and expectations. The person expects you to mind read. 24. The person cycles through idealizing and devaluing you, and either way, you're unseen. 25. The person overtly or covertly controls the exchange of knowledge and truth in the relationship. 26. The person overtly or covertly attempts to manage your perception of them and their life. 27. The person makes tactless, unusual comments that send something uncomfortable through your gut that indicate that something is not okay. 28. The person subtly or overtly implies through thoughts, words, feelings, and behavior that they are superior to you or others. 29. The person has extreme and or inflexible ideas, beliefs, or boundaries. Bonus red flag if you aren't able to be different or disagree with them. 30. Excessive and unnecessary gift giving. Sometimes the gift is something they want to get rid of. Bonus red flag when this occurs after they've harmed you. 31. The person has a history of impulsivity and risk taking. 32. The person has a history or pattern of short-term, broken relationships, tumultuous or otherwise. 33. The person tells you that past partners have called them abusive and cannot tell you the long-term and specific plan of action and healing they are taking to fix that pattern. 34. The person tells you they behaved in certain ways in past relationships that would be considered abusive and cannot tell you the long-term and specific plan of action and healing that they're taking to fix that pattern. 35. The person has a history of different crimes, including white collar. If the person you're dating was recently arrested, look it up and compare their depiction of the story to what is on the public record. 36. The person demonstrates a consistent pattern of low emotional affect in situations where the average human would respond with heightened emotionality. 37. The person suddenly puts down your clothes, friends, job, family, interests where they previously loved everything about you. 38. The person encourages or creates conflict, strife, or discord in your other interpersonal relationships. 39. The person consistently picks unnecessary fights and arguments before, during, or after you spend time with your friends and family. This is different than a partner standing up for themselves when in-laws are rude or there is a typical family conflict. 40. The person imposes on your alone time with friends and family with or without permission. Suddenly you can't do anything without them. 41. Person constantly contacts you while you're with your friends and family. 42. The person is slowly moving from being mutual to unrealistically one-sided in their favor. 43. You are doing or considering doing things or making choices that are unhealthy for you and you wouldn't have considered doing prior to the relationship or knowing this person. Number 44. You're suddenly preoccupied with this person or the relationship. It's taking a lot of your time, energy, mental space, or other tangible or intangible resources. 45. The person does hurtful, infuriating, bothersome, triggering things to provoke an emotional reaction out of you. 46. The person has a long-term pattern of high promiscuity or sexual behavior that could be considered risky. 47. It slowly becomes clear that this person does not consider you, your well-being, or your basic and human relationship needs if it comes at the expense of any of their whims, desires, or needs. They can't compromise on relationship basics. This means you can't trust them. 48. At some point, a part of you has quietly admitted to yourself that you need to go. 49. The person flirts with your friends in front of you. 50. The person aggressively approaches you for sex or relentlessly pursues you for a relationship while you are married or in a relationship. Bonus red flag if you're in a relationship with one of their friends. 51. Intermittent reinforcement. Periods of heavy pursuit, attention, and investment followed by emotional and or physical withdrawal or complete absence. This can be a natural pattern of the relationship or in response to you not following the unspoken rules or behaving the way they'd prefer. It includes ghosting and on and off relationships. 52. Cruelties while being physically intimate from words to actions. Bonus red flag if they indicate high needs for dominance, power, and humiliation. 53. Violation or pushing of your intimacy boundaries. 54. You are confused by the person, their actions or behaviors, who they really are, and when you approach them for clarity, you aren't getting it. You are still left confused. 55. The person begins to display increasingly selfish and entitled behaviors. 56. The person covertly or overtly ruins or cancels plans and events that you especially love or are excited for. 57. The person uses music, sends you songs, or plays them in your presence to send you covert messages that are meant to either idealize you or devalue you, depending on their current perception of you and the relationship. 58. The person largely views you, others, the relationship, and sometimes external factors in the world in black and white, or in terms of being all good or all bad. 59. The person causes problems in the relationship, then acts like you are a problem for being bothered by these problems. Then repeatedly does not do their part in solving said relationship problems. 60. The person is inconsistent and unreliable in words, thoughts, or actions. 61. As the relationship unfolds, the person becomes a walking contradiction in subtle and obvious ways. 62. The person's relationship with the truth is off, variable, confusing, and/or strange. 63. The person displays a pattern of baiting and switching. 64. The person begins to covertly or overtly show a disregard for your time and energy. This matters a lot, especially the older we get, because time and energy are our most precious resources. 65. The person induces insecurity and then acts like you are crazy for expressing normal and expected levels of human insecurity. 66. The person tries to parent you or wants you to parent them. 67. The person expects you to make unrealistic sacrifices for them. 68. The person acts like what's yours is theirs, but it is clear that what is theirs is not yours. 69. The person displays strange aggression, neglect, or cruelty towards animals. 70. The person increasingly makes attempts to get you to be dependent on them in some way, through marriage or children, financially or emotionally, or as a supply for your vice of choice, etc. 71. The person shows irritation at continued displays of confidence and independence. 72. The person plays dumb when confronted about behavior that all adults know is wrong or inappropriate. Bonus red flag if they are well educated. 73. The person struggles to give truly meaningful apologies. 74. The person repeatedly asks for your opinion only to immediately strike it down or say it's wrong. 75. The person regularly gives you options to choose from rather than a consistent right to choose. 76. The person uses food to control in some way. 77. The person is entertaining more than one person under the guise of friendship. 78. The person tells a negative lie, one that makes you look bad, to someone else about you. 79. The person is a huge gossip, and you cannot trust them not to spread your confidential information. 80. It becomes clear that the person holds long-term petty grudges against meaningful others. 81. The person doesn't introduce you at all or doesn't introduce you as their girlfriend, partner, or spouse. The person doesn't act like they are in a relationship with you on social media. 82. The person shows a lack of fear and/or a willingness to put you both in situations that may be a risk to your physical well-being. Bonus red flag if they do this without giving you the option to consent. It shows a complete lack of consideration. This is a marker that this person is not trustworthy. 83. The person punishes you for attempts at holding them accountable. 84. Overt or covert references to owning you, you being a toy or an object, or you belonging to them. 85. Fake tears used to manipulate. They are pretending they are crying, but there are no tears coming out. 86. After arguments in the beginning of the relationship, this person is very clingy, wants to spend a lot of time together, wants physical intimacy or skin-on-skin contact. The desire for close physical contact after arguments will decrease as the relationship continues. 87. The realistic facts of a conflict are a threat to this person. 88. The person negatively compares you to favorable others. 89. The person's behavior is irritated, angry, and punishing when you confide in your trusted companions about them or their behaviors in the relationship. 90. The person is capable of hiding or concealing any aspect of their lives from you for extended periods of time. This includes second girlfriends, second families, second bank accounts with more money, second phones, different careers, second jobs, etc. 91. As the relationship progresses, the person is more distant and withdrawn instead of your bond continuing to grow. 92. The person has one or more substance or process addictions. 93. It becomes apparent the person does social media research to gain information about their potential relationship partners in order to inform their seduction of said partner. 94. The person frequently informs you at the last minute of apparently solo trips they're taking. 95. The person sets up tests to see if you will do for them what you will not do for others. 96. The person tells you they intentionally ignored you. 97. The person emphasizes focus on the intention of their actions rather than the aftermath of their actions. 98. The person's displays of warmth and compassion in your times of need are seriously lacking. Even when compassion is expressed, it is cold, distant, immature, or childlike. 99. The person begs and pleads when you attempt to leave, but if you stay, they continue to treat you poorly. They do so even after expressing understanding for your concerns, reassuring or validating your thoughts and feelings, and making promises to change. 100. The person laughs, chuckles, or smirks when you express pain, hurt, or disgust at the situation. 101. Repeatedly calling your judgment into question or acting as though it cannot be trusted. 102. Acting like you aren't capable or making fun of you while you learn and try new things. 103. The person is happy or kind at a social event, but when you get home, they are mad at you and you don't know why. 104. Distraction and deflection behaviors. The person creates a meaningless chaos in one area so you don't notice the problems in another. 105. The other person has a teammate, but you do not. 106. The person cannot accept your no. 107. The person uses DARVO to control your perception or actions. DARVO is denying or minimizing your concerns about relative problems, attacking you, your character, your sanity, or your life, and then reversing who is in the victim and who is in the offender position. 108. Person fights for justice and human rights publicly, but denies you human rights at home, aka virtue signaling. It would behoove us all to trust people to be exactly who their actions teach us they are. If you're currently in or healing from a pathological relationship, a relationship with a narcissist, or other highly toxic individual, whatever you want to call it, I'd love for you to subscribe. I have 20-ish years of experience surviving high conflict personalities at home, and I officially think we should be internet friends. This is your sign that there is happiness, freedom, relief, expansion, creativity, love, wisdom, and endless possibility on the other side. You can take my word for it. If anyone has a subtle sign of coming mistreatment that you've experienced in a toxic relationship, please leave it in the comment section so we can add it to the list. Because 1,000 minds are better than one, and we never have to do that again, baby. Y'all stay safe out there. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.